And see, right now, I think you are running a con on me. And let me just tell you why. Because you arrested you. You blamed it on your twin sister.
I didn't.
And they looked and they said, I researched the actor's twin.
No, I don't.
And she was in federal custody throughout the duration of the time to include the day in fraudulent purchases were made. All right. And you do understand your sister was just before me blaming this entire thing on you. You understand that?
Robert Gaona for the defendant, Jennifer Tagle.
And are you Miss Tagle? Why were you late for court today?
I am on the bus.
All right, you got to take an earlier bus. I used to take the bus. I would end up at court for work at like 7 a.m. It's dark at that time. Ms. Tagle, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonition. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on count 1, which is credit debit card abuse? That's as a state jail felony. The ranges of punishment are anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 1 year in the state jail facility. It says here there's no application for deferred adjudication.
It's an application for regular probation, Judge.
Okay. There's no application for deferred adjudication. The state recommends community supervision. There's to be restitution to Austin Galan, Galan, if any. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There be 120 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Austin Galan and cats 1 and 2. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest. State, any evidence?
State offers State Exhibit 1 in all attachments.
No
Any objection?
objections, Your Honor.
Court will accept any evidence states exhibits 1 in attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, it asks that you follow her plea bargain agreement with the state.
All right. And you do understand your sister was just before me blaming this entire thing on you. You understand that?
Your Honor, I think it was her co-defendant, Sarah Laura.
Yes, saying that she was her twin sister and it was her twin sister.
I actually think she actually does have a twin sister.
I do have.
No. That's what I'm saying. The person who came in said it was the twin sister. Yes. And her name, I believe, is Sarah Laura. Yes. All right. So you can unfold your hands. Why are you taking things that don't belong to you?
Take me. I don't know. Wasn't thinking at the moment of this.
What do you mean you're not thinking at the moment? It takes thought to take somebody's stuff and then go to Walmart, Malone Grocery, the Family Dollar, and I don't know what you're buying for $175.88 from Family Dollar when I think everything's supposed to be $1, a little bit over $1. And then there's more Walmart trips. There's Shell gas station. There's an Uber. There's public storage. So how would you like if somebody were to take something that belongs to you and go on a spending spree? Do you have a job?
Right now, yes, I do.
What do you do?
Transportation, the state
What?
transportation.
What does that mean?
Medicaid transportation,
She
Okay.
drives a Medicaid van?
Mhm.
Is that what it is?
No, she's not going to be, you're not going to be driving a Medicaid van because driving a Medicaid van suggests to me that you're driving people. Am I right about that?
Mhm.
That's either yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
So that means that you're driving vulnerable people who may have credit cards and may have things that you can have access to. So I'm not allowing that. You understand? So you're going to have to get another job.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't allow people on probation out of this court to be at home healthcare providers, to work with minors, to be in any type of occupation where they're around vulnerable people. So, I mean, you can get a job in construction, you can do that, but you will not be driving a Medicare van. So this is what the court will, do you have any children?
One,
Age?
7,
Okay. Live with you?
no,
Why not?
those are my mom and dad.
So that means that there's somebody else taking care of your child. Are you paying child support?
Yes, I am.
How much?
120 every 2 weeks.
Is Child Protective Services involved?
No, ma'am. The
That-
case is closed.
All right. So that tells me that you didn't do what you needed to do. Otherwise, you'd have your child. There's going to be $1,000 fine, probated. As previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. There's to be restitution and no contact with Austin Galan. Proof of employment within 30 days. Probation. She is not to be driving a Medicaid van or working with any vulnerable people. And there's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. And you can give them you're going to give your employer your 2-week notice so they won't be left in the lurch. So you're going to give them a 2-week notice. And after those 2 weeks are up, you're not allowed to work there anymore.
Yes,
1 year in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 3 years, 120 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. You are going to complete parenting classes. I guess you didn't complete them for CBS, but you'll be completing them here. So there's to be parenting classes. Once she's done that, the remaining community service hours will be waived. There's going to be CATs 1 and 2. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be field visits 1 time per month. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors, and there's to be regular UAs. And if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
30
For what?
for weed.
All right. And so you are driving and you smoke. That's a problem.
I already gave her my 2 weeks notice.
Okay, great. So you're just hopping from job to job. All right. I'm going to want her to do the UA hotline. And she's to be tested at least every 2 weeks until she's clean. And then there will be sober meetings. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court?
Mm.
All right, good luck to you. Probation will go over conditions.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. 7737A State versus Jennifer Tagle. Parties announced for the record.
Andrew Harris Edelman for the state.
Lauren Lefton for Ms. Tagle.
And are you Ms. Tagle?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the titled motion to revoke community supervision and first amended motion to revoke community supervision with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Jennifer Tagle who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 7737A for the offense of credit debit card abuse on October 20th, 2022 for a term of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
In Bear County, Texas, the defendant Jennifer Tagle is then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of October and November 2023, violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State waives the remaining violation allegations, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 1 year in the state jail facility and up to $1,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Revoke supervision, assess punishment at 9 months of confinement. State will take into consideration and dismiss 2 other offenses.
And what are those cost numbers?
2024 PF 19792 and 2024 CC 738184.
All right. Is that your proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
All right. Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, we are.
Are you?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. No restitution amount was ever given?
No, sir.
All right. The court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. Court will grant the motion, sentence you to 9 months in the state jail facility, take in consideration 2024 PF 19792, 2024 CC 738184, and there's to be no contact with Austin Galan, Galan, and the court will give you credit for any time served. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. You're gonna have to do better. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself in and out of custody, wasting your life away. You understand?
Your Honor, before we're excused, may I approach?
Yes.
Thank
If there is a drug or alcohol issue with you and you feel that there's no place you can go when you are released, you can come back to this court. If I'm still here, I'll direct you to a place to go. You understand? All right, good luck to you.
And she does have an involved family, so hopefully they'll
Yeah.
provide a support system also.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, good
Thank you
seeing
for
you. Have a
taking
good
us.
one.
Good seeing you.
Sure.
Thank you, Judge.
Sarah, Laura, can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
for the defense?
Attorney of record is Joanne De Hoyos. Joseph Statesman standing in, and Miss Laura, would you give the judge permission for me to do the plea in place of Joanne De Hoyos?
Right, so you're gonna have to make sure you speak up, okay?
Yeah.
And are you Sarah Laura?
Yes.
All right, Miss Laura, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with the offense of credit card, debit card abuse and a state jail felony? The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, state is proceeding on count one. Punishment is to be assessed at 1 year in the state jail facility. There's $1,000 fine. There's no application for community supervision. There's no application for deferred adjudication. The state recommends community supervision. This is rank concurrent with 685703. There's restitution to Austin Galan, Galan. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There be 120 hours of community service restitution and no contact with Austin Galan and cats 1 and 2. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged in count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contact.
State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor, state offers states exhibit 1 in all attachments.
No objection.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, I ask that you follow the 3-year recommendation. And I did wish to add that Ms. Laura does wish to have some type of referral to Texas Workforce Commission. She's not employed. She hasn't been employed the last 2 years. And she's asking for some type of guidance with that. She has done many line assembly type of work before, but I don't want to set her up for failure. That maybe part of the fine can be partially probated to help her out.
Okay, why are you stealing?
I have no excuses. I just thought I could get away with it, to be honest.
It's a bold move to take somebody's credit card and their debit card and go to Walmart, going to the dollar store.
I didn't do all of that stuff. That wasn't on me. I just did the storage. And
Well, it's still theft.
yes, ma'am, I understand that.
And so in order for somebody to have used this, you would have to have given it to them as well to use. And y'all both are using, here's the thing, you and this phantom person y'all are both using credit cards and debit cards that don't belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
So instead of stealing from somebody and using their credit card and debit card, get a job. And guess what? If you don't have a job, you don't steal from people and then use their cards to support your lifestyle. There are plenty of signs around. I'm going to give you, whatever workforce availability probation has, but I don't understand why people act like it's mysterious for you to see a sign that says workers needed to go in there and apply. How old are you?
40.
So it's not like you're some teenager who's never had employment before. Hopefully you've worked in your life.
Yes, sir.
So you see a sign that says workers needed, you go in. And guess what? If you really are an upstanding citizen, even when you don't see a sign, you still will just go in and say, hey, I'm looking for employment. Is there any work available here? Can I apply? Do you have children?
Yes, I do.
And what are their ages?
My youngest is 13.
And where are they?
They're with their father.
And what's the ages of your other children?
I have a 14, 15-year-old, a 21-year-old, a 25-year-old, and a 26-year-old.
And where are all of these children?
My 26-year-old lives in Houston. My 25-year-old lives here. She has children. And my 21-year-old lives in San Marcos. She goes to college out there.
All right. And your other children?
They're with their father.
Has Child Protective Services been involved in your life?
Previously, but
For what?
Me and my ex had an abusive, like a real toxic relationship, and
What year was that?
that was in 2012, I think. It's been years ago.
And where are you planning on living?
I'm currently in a relationship, and we have a house
In a relationship with
my current boyfriend.
who's not the father of your children?
No,
Are you able to take child support?
yes, I am. I haven't much support, but I have gotten.
So basically, you're just having children and somebody else is taking care of them
Well,
and you're moving on.
I was with them just up until about 3.5 years ago. I was a full-time mom. I took care of them all.
But you're moving on with your life in a new relationship and he's taking care of the children.
He's doing me out. It was a very abusive relationship.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Here's the thing. I understand people being in abusive relationships, but let me just tell you, is it anyone's fault that they're abused? No. But you need to start taking stock of who you are and work on yourself before you just go from one relationship to the next relationship and you don't have employment. So that means that whoever you're in a relationship with, you're going to be depending on them to support you financially. And you're depending on them to put a roof over your head. So while you have someone who has your children, which I don't understand if this person has your children and if that was an abusive relationship, maybe your children should not be with him.
If I had the means to, I would fight it. I'm still scared of him.
No, they have legal aid. They have all different services for that. And see, right now, I think you are running a con on me. And let me just tell you why. Because you're charged with credit and debit card abuse. And I see that when the police arrested you, you blamed it on your twin sister.
I did.
And they looked and they said,
no, I didn't. I don't even have a sister.
They said, I researched the actor's twin.
No, I don't.
And she was in federal custody throughout the duration of the time to include the day and fraudulent purchases were
I
made.
never claimed to have a sister. I don't have a sister.
Okay. I'm going by what's in the police report.
I've never even spoken to the police about this.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is finding you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 3 years. There's $1,000 fine to be probated. Concurrent with County Court Cause number 685703, restitution, if any, to Austin Galan. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be random UAs. There's to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. And who is the gentleman you said you're going to be staying with?
His name is Joe De Hoyos.
Joe what?
De Hoyos.
All right, and there's to be probation. This gentleman that she's staying with, he is not an appropriate chaperone for her to be seeing her children. So when I say no unsupervised contact with minors, that person cannot be used as a chaperone. You said it's Joe De Hoyos. That's odd that her attorney name is Joanne De Hoyos, and she's saying that the guy she's living with is Joe De Hoyo. Okay. See what I mean where what Mr. states when I say I have concerns about her?
His name is Joe Anthony De Hoyos. My husband.
Okay. So there's no, you know what? There's just to be no unsupervised contact with minors, and whoever she's living with at the time is not to be a chaperone. So there's to be no chaperone of children
I know his.
by defendant's paramour or significant other. There's to be 120 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you can provide COVID vaccination. The court is not requiring you to get the COVID vaccination, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be waived. There's to be parenting classes. You to complete those parenting classes, and once you complete those parenting classes, the remaining of the community service hours will be waived. I really do think you need CATS 1 and 2. My CATS 1 and 2 class is not enough for you. There's going to be field visits, and that's going to be 2 times per month until further notice. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No,
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You got to do better. The stories that you're telling me, you wouldn't take that from any child telling you. You understand?
I'm
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you. I'm being completely.
And Judge, just, right.
All right,
Just
so we'll be
the court's
back.
Aware, she will be in custody until County Court 14 case is resolved.
All right, so you'll be in custody until County Court 14 case is completed, and probation. The time for her to begin looking for employment, that's to begin once she's released from custody.